Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to some more Royal Alchemist. We are on week 5 and there should be 11 weeks in the demo, so we may finish it today, maybe one more episode after this. But I'm really eager to see if it ends on like a cliffhanger or something. So let's continue. The high art of alchemy is subtle and perilous, the use of which requires utmost attentiveness and care. I look down to see what effect my words are having on my students. Saren is keeping his eyes fixed on me, calm and inscrutable as ever. He might be seriously reflecting on the meaning of what I say, or equally likely trying to make up his mind on what to have for dinner. Now, this is Saren we're talking about. I'm sure he's paying attention. He's probably seriously reflecting. He is Saren after all. See, I know you. I know you, Saren. Unlike, Nazir beams at me and offers a thumbs up. Here, here. He bends back over his desk, scribbling busily to all appearances, perhaps not realizing I can see he is sketching a portrait of me. Nazir is not usually the type of guy that I like in these kinds of games, but he's pretty cute. I mean, he's kind of childlike. I really like that about him. Aurelius is observing me keenly, but I have a feeling what he is measuring up is me rather than what I'm saying. I sigh but forge on. Magic, as you know, compromises 6 elements, or 3 pairs of complementary counterparts: fire and water, wood and wind, light and dark. Uh, uh, ahem. Nazir interrupts me by yawning. I thought he was like clearing his throat or something. Then immediately covers his mouth, looking abashed. Normally, a magic user can use 1 or 2, rarely 3, different elements of magic. Members of the Rosencrantz family can use all 6, I believe. That's right. It is our rather unusual attribute. To an alchemist, the 2 most important elements of magic are fire and water. That's because fire represents the power of manifestation. It is the only magic capable of forcing the essence of an object to assume shape. Water represents the power of alternation. Using it on an object can cause its essence to change. Water without fire is pure chaos, a state of unending flux. Fire without water is pure order, the original essence rigidly emphasized and magnified. I'm kind of with Nazir here. This lesson, I mean, it's interesting, but I still have no idea what she's talking about. Only fire and water used together allows an object to change from one stable state into another. This is the aim and purpose of alchemy. Fascinating. Absolutely. However, neither my brothers nor I can use both fire and water. Hmm. Nor can most alchemists. There is, of course, a way to get around this limitation. Do you know what this is? I hold up a vial filled with swirling blue light. Aha. You see? Yes. Then be a good chap and enlighten us with your wisdom. Breaking his neutral expression, I see Aurelius's brows twitching in slight annoyance. It's a magic preservation vial. You don't say. Splendid. Clears everything up perfectly. I agree, Nazir. I press my lips together as I hear the sarcasm in Nazir's chipper voice. It stores a certain type of elemental magic. This one, for example, is a water vial, suitable for Nazir here. Nazir receives the vial gingerly, as if expecting it to explode. Just screw it open where we want to use it, I suppose. You suppose rightly, it is that convenient. So is this lesson like trying to tell us what elements we should be teaching them? Like Nazir needs to learn fire. I'm guessing Aurelius is water. I mean, I wish we had this lesson like earlier in the game. The invention of preservation vials by Harold the Wise is considered one of the most important breakthroughs in the history of alchemy. I thought each vial contains only a small amount of the element. It depends on the size and quality of the vial, but in general, yes, you are right. However, even a small amount of the element is enough to satisfy the requirements of most alchemic formulae. Wonder why I haven't seen one of these nifty things till now. Sounds awfully useful. The High Council has a monopoly on selling preservation vials, which they dole out very sparingly. Furthermore, the manufacture of preservation vials is a difficult and time-consuming process, with only fire magic users being able to make the vials. Why is that? Fire is the power of manifestation, remember? So fire vials ought to be the most common, and also the cheapest. I assume vials of other elements can only be created by fire magic users also affine to other elements. Your assumption is correct. Oh, Aurelius, he's so smart. That means Nazir here may eventually have the ability, if he pays attention to my lessons, to create wind preservation vials. However, it also does mean that vials of other elemental types are much rarer and more expensive than fire. Lady Rosencrantz, you're affine to all 6 elements, are you not? Yeah, why can't I make vials? And so the 3 of you are very lucky. I can make vials of whichever element you require. All you need to do is request them from me in advance. Okay, so I can make the vials. She thought of that. For the moment, can the 3 of you please step forward to collect a vial of each element you cannot use? Then let us continue with today's lesson. So maybe that's why we can teach them every element. Maybe. Um, okay. Anything else we can make? Nope. 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 No. Okay. Missions. Oh, that's right. We met the requirements for a mission last time because we made that water. Um, Speller's rural infrastructure and economy are close to collapsing, and his recent harvests have been worryingly poor. Requirements: items, herb soup. Well, we don't have herb soup, so I can't do this one. Okay, so I need to make herb soup then. I thought we unlocked a mission because we made the water, or maybe I'm misunderstanding. Misunderstanding. Okay, so to make herb soup, we need 20 wind and 5 fire and 100 coins. Um, so 20 wind and 5 fire. Well, Nazir definitely has enough fire, and he almost has enough wind. He's at 10. So let's keep him learning what he's already learning. Except maybe we should switch him over to light. I don't know. He doesn't seem like the type to learn darkness magic. Um, Saren, let's switch it up a bit. Let's have you learn wood, light, water, and wood. And then Aurelius, darkness, water, wood. Uh, sure. I'm still so confused. When this game comes out fully, I'm totally like playing, like gonna redo all of this and just try and understand it more. But this is just a demo, so I'm not like too worried about messing it up. Okay, so this people icon has unlocked now. It's charisma. Right now our leadership is low, our beauty is low. I just don't value beauty that much. I don't know. Maybe I should. I'm already beautiful. Okay. Um all right, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. I've made up my mind. There's no going back. Start. Oh, I got 75 coins this time. That's more than usual. All right, week 6. I am muttering quietly to myself, going through the syllabus for the day's classes. When is that Aurelius? Who is he talking with? Oh boy. Let's see if Aurelius can redeem himself in my heart. He broke my heart when he beat us up before and like was so mean about it. He lost points. He lost affection points with me. Aurelius is standing next to a large marble bust, engaged in conversation. Oh god, he's crazy and oblivious to the world. His conversation partner, however, is half hidden from view behind the bust. Okay, so he's not talking to his statue, there's someone behind it. Neither of them has noticed me, and it does not seem like they will. Unable to help myself, I peer more closely at the pair. Sala? Long hair flashing in sunshine, sharp-tipped ears tucked underneath, a quiet, gentle expression. There is no mistaking it. The woman he is speaking with is Sala, my personal servant. What business does he have with her? Trying to corrupt my servants, turn them against me. Why are they standing so close together? Did I just walk in on something? And is Aurelius genuinely smiling? Etiquette fail? Oh! I don't have enough etiquette to do this conversation? Or only one way to find out? Or, oh god, I walk up to the pair and shout out a greeting. Is it because my etiquette's low that I'm like totally interrupting them? Jeez. Good day. Lady Rosencruz. The duo turns towards me, Solace smiling, Aurelius not. What do you want? Oh, he still hates me. Snarking at me the moment he sees me. If it was anyone else other than Prince Aurelius, I would have deemed this event suspicious. Still pretty suspicious. Nothing in particular. What are you two talking about? Please excuse me, Your Highness. Lady Rosencruz wishes to discuss matters with you, and I would not be in your way. You're not in the way. Stella merely smiles again and curtsies gracefully. Then she turns and walks away, leaving me gaping wordlessly after her. Well, I hope you have a good reason for interrupting us. Sorry, I had no idea. I was only wondering why Sala was talking to you. Oh my god, Peppermint. It's 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 none of your business. That's not a good answer. She asks after how I am sometimes. It's nothing out of the ordinary. Aurelius, are you a homunculus? A servant unaffiliated with a royal prince casually asking after his well-being is something out of the ordinary. Said prince replying to and even being friendly with his servant is even more out of the ordinary. Okay, Peppermint, but it's still none of your business. You're just a tutor. You're not, like, his dad. And that prince being Prince Aurelius out of all people makes it the most out of ordinary event I've seen. Needless to say, I keep these thoughts to myself. Good. Do not say that out loud. So that's why Sala left so quickly. She doesn't want this to be widely known about the palace. Aurelius, on the other hand, doesn't look like he cares. Sala has been working in the palace for as long as I can remember, and she has always been a caring and devoted companion to my brothers and I. It's my brothers and me, Aurelius. I think you might need an English lesson. I wonder how old Sala actually is. She doesn't look much older than Aurelius, but from what he said, she must be at least old enough to be his mother. Maybe she is his mother. It's amazing how homunculi's appearances always stay the same, no matter how much time passes. I see. Do you now? Good. Aurelius straightens with an abrupt motion and nods curtly at the direction of the classroom. Well, shall we be heading to class? Yes. Side by side, we walked down the corridor in silence, not exchanging another word along the entire way. Hmm. Maybe I need to work on my etiquette if I want to get to know Aurelius more. But he's not making me want to get to know him. I mean, I'm kind of insufferable myself, but so is he. Okay, alchemy. We have to make herb soup. 20 wind, 5 fire. We still don't meet the requirements. Also, my cats are having a party in the background, so just ignore them. All right, let's keep working on meeting those requirements then. All right, we need to get your wind up. So how about you just learn a bunch of wind, okay? Actually, what else do we need to make? Maybe I should set some goals for myself other than just the soup. Um, bomb, 20 water, 5 darkness. Okay. Um, hmm. Oh, Aurelius is really close. Here, learn some water. And then cast an iron bar, 5 fire, 20 darkness. Hmm. That might be another one for Aurelius. Okay. Wood, water, wind. My etiquette's 15. I mean, it's not bad. Hmm. I'm sticking with these three. I feel like these three are important. I mean, I know they're all going to be important, like, in some regard, but this is what I want to focus on for now. Okay, week 7. Finding myself unexpectedly having a few moments of free time to myself. Sorry, that just sounded weird to me. I decide to head to the palace library to read up on some research material. The library is quiet and deserted at this hour. I smile to myself as I wander through its old oaken shelves, breathing in the sweet, musky scent of wood and old parchment. As I approach the back of the library, my eyes are caught by the sight of an elegant figure slouched on a chair inside an alcove tucked between two shelves. Prince Saren is reading a formidable-looking tome, his brows creased into a deep frown. As I look, as I look, his mouth soundlessly forms a few words, and he shakes his head slowly. I take a step toward him, a greeting beginning to form on my lips, but draw back again. The prince's attention is wholly devoted to the book, and I would not like to take undue liberty by disturbing him when he is so obviously occupied. On the other hand, he looks somewhat troubled by what he is reading as well, and as his tutor, I do have the obligation to help him, if indeed he needs help. I squint at the book, but due to the angle Prince Saren is holding it, I cannot make out either the title or the author. It seems like if I want to find out anything about this, I shall have to ask Saren myself. I'm failing everything. Why do I suck so bad? I clear my throat loudly, gazing in concern at Prince Saren. Lady Rosencruz, my pardon, I had not noticed you. Are you worried about something, Your Highness? Saren looks at me with surprise, although he soon catches himself and smiles at me politely. No, I wouldn't say I am. Why do you ask? You were frowning and muttering to yourself, so I thought you must be troubled by what you were reading. I see. Please do not worry. I was not troubled, merely engrossed. Liar. Even as he is speaking, his brows are smoothing back into their usual inscrutably placid lines. I was so engrossed, in fact, that I had not noticed the time flying by. I apologize for having to cut our conversation short, but I need to get back to my regular duties. Certainly, Your Highness. Do not let me detain you a moment further. Thank you for your concern, Lady Rosencrantz, but I can assure you I am perfectly fine. He gets up from the chair and makes a polite bow. Please accept my excuses, Lady Rosencrantz. Goodbye, Your Highness. Saren tucks the book under his arm and walks away. Before he leaves, I manage to catch a glimpse of the title, Travelogue to Marin. I knit my brows, wondering why a simple travelogue warranted such concentrated attention from the prince. Putting the prince and his mysterious book out of my mind, I plunged back into the maze of bookshelves, returning to my original intention of finding a few books on military strategy to study. Now, where did they put that dreadful Garlt's Guide to Modern Siege Weapons again? I ought to have asked Prince Saren when I had the chance. Man, I suck at everything. No one wants to talk to me. I'm not charismatic. I'm a failure. Can I make this soup yet? Yes, I can. Alright. So at least I don't suck at that. Oh, a shame about that fop Nazir. Fop? Is he referring to Prince Nazir? And is he calling Prince Nazir by his given name? Although Nazir does let everyone call him by his given name. Absolutely useless, a waste of breath. Then why are we wasting our breath on him? Saren, on the other hand. I find myself pressing behind an oversized marble vase, straining my ears to eavesdrop on the clearly private conversation between a group of aristocrats huddling inside the room opposite me. Who? Saren? He's sound, at least. He's polite, that's all you can say for him. Not a single original spark inside that hollow carton masquerading as a head. Is that such a bad thing? It makes him easier to control, what? You're onto something there. What about that fellow Aurelius? That bastard, you mean? I was right. He is a bastard. That's such a horrible word. But, I mean, that's what they called him back in the day. Oh, come on. Aurelius can be a little disagreeable, but it hardly warrants such an insult. I don't think that's just an insult, Peppermint. He has as many original sparks as you can want and more. A rather strong personality, very brainy. Let's all be absolutely honest here. He would make a strong king. Yes, and if we are all absolutely honest here, a strong monarch is the last thing any of us wants. Aurelius? If we have Aurelius on the throne, we might as well hand over our estates to him and be done with it. True, maybe the regency isn't such a bad thing. Shame it can't last forever. Well, call me an old-fangled traditionalist, but I prefer someone actually related to the king administering from the throne. You old-fangled traditionalist, you. The group breaks into raucous laughter. No, really, if you think about it, the regent's blood is as common as they come, from the same sewer the late queen sprang from. From the same sewer? Disregarding their contempt for the prince's deceased mother, does that mean the regent was a relation of the queen's rather than the king? Did the king not have any brothers? Or cousins, even? Just what sort of inheritance law governs the succession of Eskia? A decent person, though, the queen. Yes, but common as mud. We can't have everything, my friends. Better a regent than a king. Better a king than anarchy. Is that what you call our days of liberty? Anarchy? Sometimes I wonder if it might not be better for us if our late lamented king had, well, not been born. Man, these guys are savage. He unified the realm, stripped our rights, changed our ancient laws and customs, and then just went and died on us. Frightfully irresponsible of him. Wasn't he, like, assassinated? Sometimes I wonder if it might not be better for us if we abolish the monarchy altogether. Just over 20 years ago, we were free men, sovereign lords of our estates. Now we are subjects to the crown. Subjects to the crown, huh? Who's there? Oops. Peppermint. It seems I accidentally voiced my thoughts aloud. Good afternoon, gentlemen. I was just passing by and couldn't help but overhear. Oh, it's Lady Rosencrantz. You grace our unworthy selves with your lordly presence. Please do not allow us to sully your august self a moment longer. We humbly crave your pardon to take our leave. Sticking their noses straight in the air, the three aristocrats march away, staring down at me from the corners of their eyes. What was that about? The regent is the queen's brother, not the king's, and, in the words of the second aristocrat, common as mud. The kingdom was unified less than a generation ago, and its current laws are barely older than I am. And the nobility is restive enough to be discussing revolt in open air. It seems I don't know nearly as much about Eskia as I would have liked. That sentence. And I have the nagging feeling I had best start learning sooner rather than later. The question is, from whom? Among the people I've spoken with at any length, I can think only of two who were around at the time before the monarchy was established. Sala, the mysterious homunculus, and of course the regent himself. Who should I ask? Uh, that's a tough one. Sala is our servant, so you'd think she would be the one that we can trust the most, but I don't think asking the regent about that is the best idea. But that's gonna have to wait till next time because we have reached time for this video. So things are certainly getting interesting. It's really unfortunate that I failed like those charisma and etiquette checks. Probably could have had a much more interesting like meeting with the guys if I had met them, but so far the game hasn't been super clear about what requirements I need to meet. So, this is probably a game that you have to go through a couple times, um, just to learn what requirements you need. Um, so that's a little bit frustrating, but I mean, I get it. You can't get everything right the first time, and it is still a demo, so anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day!